Take the healing potion with you, of course. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back. Welcome back. We had some technical difficulties there for a minute. We tried to take chat outside to show how much snow we got last night, and unfortunately, the stream cam crashed. So, here we are, coming back at you. Hi, Avis. Welcome back. We're back. That's so funny. So when did the actual cam crash? When I brought it back inside? Like, hopefully you guys at least got to see outside before it crashed. Like, hopefully? Take some healing potions with you for the day, right? Oh, that's so funny. I've been having nothing but technical difficulties recently. All I can do is try my best to keep laughing, right? Oh, no way, it crashed beforehand? Okay, well, there are videos on demand of the outdoors, and the snow is pretty much what it was before it started to melt there again. So I don't want it to crash again. Everything's running smooth right now, so I don't want it to crash again there. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that's good. So how's it going today, Avis? How are you? Are you enjoying the day so far? Hopefully you're staying healed up. Hopefully you got a good night's rest last night. Oh! Oh! Oh, Avis. I might have one up on you on this one. Okay, wait. Oh, you guys got lots of rain? Yeah, see, I guess if you're not in the, like the polar climate, you're gonna get the rain from what we got last night, right? Because we all share the same storms in the world is what I'm getting at. Okay, wait. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm gonna pull out my phone here real quick on stream, because I want to, oh, one second. You know what? Okay, one second. I'm actually gonna pull this up on stream actually here real quick. Wait one second, just to make sure. Just to make sure I'm not giving away any sensitive information here beforehand. But this is almost specifically for you, Avis. This is almost specifically for you. Or, I mean, realistically, all Stardew Valley fans. But I thought this was really interesting. You might know about this already. But I thought this was really cool. One second, I'm just waiting for everything to pop up here. Okay, wait. Give me 2 seconds here. Let me just sign in here. Ooh, I know. The suspense is probably killing you, eh? Hopefully the buildup isn't too big. No, I think this is pretty cool. I think this is pretty cool. Okay, okay, this is pretty cool. Okay, here it is. Here we go. Bam! Have you seen this, Avis? Coral Island. Essentially, it is a tropical Stardew Valley. I've been following up on this and trying to keep an eye on this, but this is essentially it here. Welcome to Coral Island. One second. Oh, look at this. Look at this, Avis. Look at Coral Island. It's apparently a tropical Stardew Valley. Pretty much looks like Stardew Valley to me, though. I guess what it is it's kind of like a re-graphicked Stardew Valley kind of thing. Just kind of like a rehash. Oh, and you can go diving. Yeah, I thought this was super cool. And you can have quests underwater. So it's pretty much Stardew Valley with some beach aspects to it. Yeah, I thought this was really neat. Oh, okay. Is that another one that's coming out as well? That's the thing, right? When there's a new game, or not a new game, but when there's a game catching momentum like Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, you're gonna see a lot of like transference into other platform or into other titles and stuff like that, right? But I saw this one and immediately it was like, oh, Avis is gonna love this one. I thought this was a really neat looking game. But yeah, I mean, very similar to Stardew Valley. You like my comically big mug today? So that's pretty much it. But yeah, I thought that was super, super neat. Man, that mug's almost a two-hander. That's a workout. That's a workout. Yeah, it looks pretty neat. I don't know. Oh. Oh yeah, little Mew action there. Little Mew. Little Dratinian Mew. But yeah, I thought that was really neat, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. Stardew Valley's recent 1.5 update might have brought beach farms to the simulation game. Yeah. It's kind of one of those things where everything's gonna just spiral off of it now, right? There's gonna be a lot of hype about anything kind of sandboxy, anything like that. So yeah, I'm really excited about that though. That looks really neat. The new story of Seasons and Rune Factory are coming out this year, so there's a lot of quality farming in 2021. It's true, and even I've got a buddy who's got like the Sim Farm for his Nintendo Switch, and he says he loves it. I have it on the Epic Store. Like Epic gave it away for free a while ago. I've never played it myself, but it looks really neat. There's so many different games like that. Like I used to be obsessed with Sim Farm way back in the day when I was a kid. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if anyone has noticed, but it seems like I have fixed the issue I was having the other day with essentially my stream and streaming World of Warcraft. Um, for some reason, when I updated my OBS the other day, it switched my uh, hey, how's it going, Volsass? But yeah, when I was in my OBS updating it, it seemed like it switched from the NVIC encoding to the software encoding. So it started messing around with the frames per second rates and everything like that on on the streaming side of things. So it really messed around with the quality of the stream, and I do apologize for that. So again, if I'm having issues with it right now, because like I've got my normal chatting crowd in here, let me know, guys. Let me know if there are any technical issues, any frame stuttering or anything like that, and I'll try and get that figured out. But I think I've got it figured out. Oh, also, this is a good one, Avis. Also, PSA, because the new Harvest Moon is coming out this year too, remember to not buy any Harvest Moon game made after 2012. That makes sense. And sorry, uh, why is that Rotten King? You're talking about why not to buy any Harvest Moon game? I'm assuming because they're going to stop development on the older ones. Like, I think that's what Avis is getting at, is they'll probably stop development for that game and probably just start developing, I'm assuming, for, like, the new Harvest Moon. Because I know you're starting to almost see that in Overwatch. We were kind of talking about that in another stream last night. Actually, shout out to Zoombot. Am I able to shout out to people that aren't in, essentially, my chat? Can I do that, chat? Can I shout out to someone that like isn't actually active in my chat right now? Because that'd be really cool. I'd like to give him a shout out if I could. Oh, really? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give a quick shout out then to. Okay, 1 second here. I'm gonna do shout out. I hope I spell this right. No, I didn't do that right, I guess. But it's Zoombot. Really super cool dude. We were talking about like Overwatch and how a lot of the development is going to be pushed into Overwatch 2, obviously now that it's being worked on. It has been delayed a little bit. I mean, understandably because of COVID and everything like that. But there really isn't a lot of development coming out for Overwatch right now. They apparently just released a new map. I haven't played it yet because I've been playing so many other games. But apparently there's a new map, which I'm really surprised at. Oh, you have to add. Oh my god. Oh wow. Here I am being an idiot. Okay, so shout out at. Oh, because is the at because he's not in the chat? Did that work? I hope that works. No, see, it's I don't know. Am I doing it wrong? Maybe I'm spelling his name wrong. I could be spelling his name wrong too. My SO is messed up. I had it working the other day though. Like it was working the other day. Because I'm almost positive I can shout out to you. Like watch. Shout out. Shout out at. Yeah, see? My shout out worked for you. Sorry, Pulsas. All good. Thank you, Heels. Don't forget you can drop your links in the member of the week channel when you go live to promote yourself every time this week. Oh, you know what? I'm so horrible for that for that Bull, because even I would have really liked to have done that. Actually, the main one I would have liked to have done that for was actually my my tech talk. I think that would have had a lot of value in the community in general. I do a tech talk essentially every Monday night, kind of breaking down different streamer technology, different hardware, software things and stuff like that. And I think that would have had a lot of value in the community. Not even for promoting myself, but helping everyone else out in the community. And I would have liked to have done some promotion for that actually, but I never think about that. I I'm so scatterbrained. I barely remember to turn over the panels to the next game that I'm going to be playing half the time. No, actually there was a split, and now the Harvest Moon title is not held by the original developers. Oh, the old Harvest Moon, you know, is now called Story of Seasons. The devs using the Harvest Moon title use it to make shovelware and to get sales because. Oh! Okay, that's a really good tip. And Avis tries to say that she's not a wiki of, like, multiple games. Um, Yeah, that's fine. I'll figure it out after, Rotten. I mean, Zoombot, go check him out. You guys can search for him and stuff like that. Like, I know everyone in here is very capable themselves. So, I mean, you can search him out. Super awesome guy. He's actually part of, like, the Super Cubby, like, group and stuff like that. And, like, just really super nice guys as well. And as well, the Bull Sass community as well, because let's give a shout out to them as well. Shout out. This is a new thing for me, so I'm really happy that I do actually have the. See, I do actually have it working. It does work, but I'm really super happy about the shout out feature. That's really neat. I like that. Because I feel like there's a lot of like really other great streamers, communities out there that deserve a lot of credit and stuff like that, right? Again,
the bull sass community as well. The streamers helping streamers and or streamers assisting streamers, like super helpful community. Like again, like a family, right? And I think in a lot of cases that's what streaming should be about is community appeal. They're the online churches for nerds, right? That's what it should be. Online churches for nerds. So what's everyone up to today? What are you guys doing? We're gonna be going skating a little bit later for sure. We've been actually I threw down a flood on the rink last night because it was getting pretty cold last night. So I know that I will be going skating today for sure. What's everyone else up to? Did you guys get any snow over in the UK, Bull? Because I know Avis was saying that she got rain. So and we got dumped on for snow, like a major dumping of snow. I mean, not as bad as some of our dumpings, but here we probably got, I would say, what, 4 or 5 inches? Just slowly leveling up in World of Warcraft. Getting our workout from our mug, right? Oh, God. Alright, well, everything's working now. I guess we'll go back to window, or to game window. And as always, give me constructive criticism. Is the audio working? Is the video working? Oh, that's true, Avis? Did you guys have droughts last summer? Because, oh man, we had such a wet, like, spring. It was horrible in our area. Then again, I pretty much live beside almost like a swamp with the property beside me. So, I mean, it doesn't really help, right? All right, let's finish up here. We got to get the equipment. Where is this equipment? Oh, there it is. What, did he just take it? Oh, there's another one over here. All right, we can get more.
Maybe you can fix one of these praetors.
Let's see. Hopefully. Oh, look at these cute little guys. Fix it up. Fix it up. Get it working. All right, perfect. Everything's working. All right. Yeah, because like I was saying, I think the other day, when I did an OBS update, I think it switched from my NVENC encoder to the software encoder, which kind of messed up for the for I guess the streaming part of it. Because I know it was really choppy the other day when I was trying to stream World of Warcraft for some reason, and I shouldn't really have a problem with it. Oh, apparently not last summer, but the summer before was really, really bad. We got water cuts and everything. Yeah, it seems to be, I mean, we've had that some summers here too, where essentially you're not allowed to like water your lawn. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to like wash your car, anything like that, right? Which I mean is pretty understandable. Those aren't really necessities. I mean, generally you can get away with watering like a garden, like an actual like vegetable garden or something like that. Um, but as long as you're not needlessly watering your lawn, yeah, it's generally okay. But yeah, that's too bad. Usually it floods out here in the spring pretty bad and then dries up quite a bit in the summertime. Yeah, the water cuts are really rough. I remember we used to get those a lot when we were younger, but essentially over the years, like we have to pay for water now, right? So I mean that kind of helps. Like in a lot of cases, people are like, well, I'm not gonna pay to, you know, wash my car in my driveway. I'll just, I'll just go to the car wash and pay to have it done there for $10 a wash. I hope that was really accurate to the voice that those car washers are sounding like, I guess. Oh boy. Oh really? Like water at all for hours? Like they actually shut it off, shut it off? Oh, see, ours is more of like more of a rationing thing. Like even as a kid, I can remember them coming around and kind of like announcing it and stuff like that. I mean, before the internet was mainstream, right? But announcing it essentially with like loudspeakers in cars, like kind of saying like, "Hey, you're not allowed to be watering your lawn. You're not allowed to be, you know, uh, washing your cars. Use your water responsibly. No 4 hour long showers like I like to take." You fill a tub once, and your whole family uses it. Everyone takes turns. Oh, that's pretty normal there in the summertime. That's too bad. Yeah, like I said, when I was younger, essentially before we started like paying for water and stuff like that, I remember that being like a normal thing. Like it was pretty much every summer, you know, was okay when it's not more or less if it was going to start, it was when does it start, right? And now I can't remember the last time we really had like a water ban or anything like that. But like I said, we have to pay for our water now, right? So, oh,
Heavy.
that's all six.
Don't let
All
go.
right. All right. Let's go turn them in. Yeah, it's really too bad, Avis. I'm sorry to hear that. Because I mean, water's kind of a necessity. But then again, in a lot of cases, it's kind of a catch-22 though, too, right? Like, do you have like like free water, like normally year round, like where you don't have to pay for it? Because I guess that's kind of the rub too, right? Like maybe your government kind of sees that being the benefit there. Or I guess the greater good in terms of like actual volume of months. You know, getting free water the whole year instead of having to ration it for a month or two. Maybe they can justify that somehow. Oh, you. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, well then. That's the other part too, right? You get used to it, right? And I mean, the other part too is in a lot of cases I'm finding, for the most part, like, well, for one, you get used to it, so you learn the system and stuff like that. And the other part too is people are just adapting to different systems too, right? Like back in the day, I can remember like there was such like a push for like having like the green lawn in North America here and stuff like that. Um, this perfectly manicured, like almost like you know golf green looking lawn. And nowadays, most people have you know taken out most of their lawn for gardens and stuff like that. Um, Different crop diversity in some cases, right? I know that's what my girlfriend and I did. We took out like a huge section of our lawn for a garden this past year, and like this summer we'll be expanding it even further, right? There's only so much you can keep up with, just like in Stardew Valley, right? If you don't have automatic sprinklers, you can only do so much watering and planting and trimming and weeding and stuff per day, right?
They deserve better than this.
Becomes a full-time job essentially.
Show no weakness, offer no mercy.
Greetings, mortal.
But the fun part's gonna be this summer coming up when Oscar's actually like able to help us and stuff like that. Because this past summer, he wasn't really at the point where he really wanted to help us with that kind of stuff. He would, play in the yard with us and everything while we were doing it. But this upcoming summer, he'll probably want to participate more. Maybe we'll even kind of have like his own little garden area and stuff like that, which I think will be really fun for him. Well, it's not so much that like everyone always says that like lawns look like shit. But it's not so much that. It's just it, it offers something different, right? Like in our case, it offers a play area for Oscar and stuff like that. It offers kind of an area to relax and stuff. But I mean, at the same time, we're lucky enough that you know I've traded house size for lawn size. Um, so we can actually afford to have some lawn and some deck and some garden, right? Where a lot of people, it's one out of the three or nothing, right?
Oh, this cup is so heavy. Oh god. Oh god.
It really is like super super heavy. The whole thing is actually glass. Like it's a massive massive like beer stein. It's huge. Like it's like almost the size of my forearm. Like it's huge. But no, you're right. Like gardens do look much prettier and stuff like that, especially because like I was saying, like crop diversity and stuff like that, right? You can have flowers, you can have greenery, you can have like berry, berry or just fruit producing plants, vegetable producing plants. Like you can just have a better range of crops, right? And that was actually something like we were trying to work on this past summer was essentially essentially working on what we found kind of works in our garden and what doesn't work, because it gets to the point where you do realize that certain crops just don't like to grow in certain climates, certain soil types, and stuff like that. So we're trying to play around and really, really diversify what we grow, so we kind of learn what likes to grow and what doesn't like to grow in our yard. Like we had really good luck with the onions. We had really good luck with our tomato plants by the end of the summer. We generally have really good luck with our berry plants. But as I was saying in a previous stream, I think uh, like fruit and vegetable plants seem to have like a growth season and a vegetable season. So this past year it seemed to be growth. We didn't get many berries, but they shot up. We couldn't even keep up with the berry plants. Oh yeah, I mean, I keep my grass relatively nicely trimmed and stuff like that, but it's not like I'm one of those people where like I'm out there with like the weeder and stuff like that, like spraying the lawn down to get rid of the weeds and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's just a green space, right? If there's weeds, if there's a different type of plant, I don't care. Grass, whatever. It's a flat surface for activities to be played on, right? That's all I'm concerned about is the room for activities. Because even a lot of the times, like in past summers and stuff like that, a lot of times my friends will come over. I mean, you've seen the pictures, Avis. Like my backyard is one of the hangout spots in the summertime because I live relatively close to the lake. Um, so a lot of the times, we'll have yard games going and stuff like that. Um, different types of like throwing games and tossing games and stuff like that. So it's always nice to have extra room for that, right? All right, let's see what we're gonna do here. Let's get at her here. Pitter patter, let's get at her, right? Pitter patter, let's get at her. Uh. Trying to finish him off quick there. Pitter patter, let's get at her. You like that one, eh, bud? That's a classic. My dad always used to say that one. All right, pitter patter, let's get at her. Let's get this show on the road.
To destroy their pet project.
Wait!
Ooh, cabbage. That's a good one to know, actually. I don't know how much we would use it, but one thing I'm noticing more and more of is, especially like on Facebook and stuff like that, a lot of people in the areas are willing to do like crop exchange and stuff. Crop exchange and stuff like that. Essentially, like you grow this, I grow this, and then you start switching crops throughout the season. Again, for vegetable diversity throughout the summertime, springtime, stuff like that. Because again, especially in Canada, it can be really hard with different soil types and stuff like that, to grow different crops. And apparently, my dad always says too, potatoes are pretty hardy too. You can apparently grow potatoes in virtually like anything, like even just like sand. They almost prefer sand because of the expansion. And that's the thing too. Like if you're growing, like anything that grows underground, you want to. Oh, sweet! I got a new rope. If you're growing anything underground, you want to make sure that you're growing. Oh, I got a couple of items here that I think I can put on. Oh no, those are actually worse. That's weird. Um, yeah, if you're growing anything underground, you want to make sure that essentially whatever you're growing underground has very loose, like soft soil, so it actually does have room to expand, obviously, and stuff like that. You don't want to grow it in anything hard or clay or anything. You'd think that would be pretty common sense, but I mean, it's something I didn't really think about when I was growing stuff. I mean, you think, oh, you plant seeds in soil and they grow, right? You water them, you take care of them, kind of thing, and that, right?
Incredible power.
Oh, sweet! Get to use the construct. Sweet. Let's go take out. I love how we're just sitting on this big ass dude's shoulders. Like I love that. All right, what are we supposed to actually? Where are we actually supposed to go here? What are we doing? What are we taking out here? Oh yeah, like look at this guy. Just taking guys out, just mucking people, right? Hurts my throat. Alright, what are we supposed to be doing here? Are we supposed to be taking out this Baron Hollis guy? No way. Really? We're gonna take out the big guy? I hope so. Oh no, we're just taking out random guys, okay. Whoa, look at this guy jump. Boom! Thunder crash. Not too bad, Rich. Like I was saying earlier, though, I have to admit, like, I'm seeing all the, like, the breakdowns online and stuff like that, how, like, Shadow Priest is, like, one of the top DPS, apparently. But I feel like I'm playing it wrong then, if that's the case. Because from the title, it feels, like, the leveling feels painful at times, but at the same time, too, like, I'm taking my sweet time, right? How have you been enjoying this expansion? What character have you been playing? I've also got a druid on the go too that I'm trying to play with my buddy Zaz. Oh, so we do have to kill Baron Hollis here. Okay, sweet. Let's hop down, literally. I love it. Let's just crush this out. Let's get her. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like a boxing match. David versus Goliath. Actually, that's one thing I really want to get for my virtual reality headset, is like a boxing game. One of my buddies has a boxing game. I gotta talk to him and see if it's any good. And that's actually one thing. I've actually got to go out there. I'm probably actually, after stream, I'm probably gonna get in touch, like, try and get in contact with him and try and get out there today. before we gotta drop off the little guy at Daddy's. Ooh. Oh. Oh, you're totally right, Avis. That's one thing my dad pushes big time, because different crops require different nutrients and stuff like that. And the main thing too is crop or soil nutrients. As I was just saying too, use good soil. As weird as it sounds, if you need to pull out the dirt that was already in the ground and replace it with good dirt, or add the nutrients that your given plant is going to require, because they do actually require food. Like vegetables require food themselves. Weird, eh? Chickpeas one year enriches the soil with iron to help next year's crops grow better. Oh, okay, chickpeas. Actually, you know what's actually funny? My parents would probably love that if I was to grow chickpeas in the backyard. I'm not a big fan of them myself. My parents love like hummus and all that type of stuff, right? Haven't played it yet. Last time I played was Legion. Oh, okay. So you played a while ago. I guess that was pretty much the time that we were talking a lot and stuff like that, right? Used to main as Resto and Ellie Shaman. See, that's what I always play, bud. I'm always a like a healer if I can be. Really? Heals on you? No, go figure, right? So that's the thing. Unfortunately, my Facebook crowd doesn't get my heals on you like community name yet. I'm still just, regular Andrew Cornwich there. For my videos anyways, I do have a Heals on You page, but my streams don't go through that yet. And yeah, crop rotation is massively huge. You're right. Because if I'm not mistaken, I want to say is it corn? Is corn is very hard on the soil. So when you're planting corn, it steals a lot of nutrients from the soil. So unless you're fertilizing very heavily, it's very hard to do corn year to year if I remember correctly. Oh, it was Wrath of the Lich King we talked about. So it was that, Bud. Don't date us that much, man. Don't date us that much. Don't give away our age. Yeah, corn sucks out nutrients. That's what I thought.
Quickly, up the hill.
Yeah. Heals doesn't play support characters, not at all. Never. I never play the support role. You know what'd be super awesome too? To get like a D&D game going like online. Like that's totally possible nowadays, right?
Tell me what you see.
I think that'd be so much fun. I've only ever played as a player. I want to be the dungeon master. All right. Oh, we need Ruin of Might here first. Oh, a little cutscene for everyone. All right, little cutscene.
I feel power.
See, that's exactly it, Rich. Like, and that's what it kind of came down to years ago. Actually, it was funny because I was kind of talking about this earlier. Was when I switched from Ultima Online, which was like my first MMO, over to World of Warcraft, which is kind of my current MMO. I thought the transition from Animal Tamer in Ultima Online, which is like the elitist club in that game, would transfer into an Animal Tamer or a hunter in this game, and it's not the elitist club it used to be, right, in World of Warcraft. So anyways, I started out as a hunter playing World of Warcraft, and then we started doing dungeons and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. And then like we just had some very risky dungeons in terms of tanking, healing and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Maybe it might be fun to play a healer. And then that's when it was like, no turning back. I always kind of played like, paladins or clerics in like role-playing games when I was growing up and stuff. But, this Heals on You character was literally like one of the, the turning moments in how I was going to play video games from then on in. And that was support role, helping other people in, you know, their roles excel better. And that's exactly what a support role is. Um, you know, in Overwatch, you know, my job isn't to do damage myself. It's to essentially allow my team to do better damage themselves, right? Um, can I force a Pharah out of the sky by putting a little bit of pressure on her with a Batiste play or something like that, and allow my snipers to maybe feel a little bit more comfortable on the field? Can I keep my team healed up enough in a situation where they're being aggressive so they can be aggressive, right? Different situations like that. It's just fun to allow your team to excel better in their roles, right? And that's what support essentially is.
You struck a hard bargain. Good show.
Oh, cool. Roll20 is a good platform for pen and paper online. Final Fantasy 14 for this guy, and Eve Online. You know what? Actually, I just found out just a little while ago. I never knew this through all my years of like Ultima Online, all my gaming. Final Fantasy is apparently based on the Ultima like universe. Not so much Ultima Online per se, but it's based on the Ultima universe, and I didn't know that. So for anyone out there that plays Final Fantasy, um, thank you Ultima, right? Nightmares of Healing through Rage Timer because it didn't have enough DPS. Tank is like, yeah, no, you're totally right. You're totally right. I used to hate those Rage Timers. I used to hate those. For the most part, from what I can tell, I think they've done away with those, Rich. I can't remember one of those being uh, an element to a raid in a little while. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Yeah, it was never fun healing through that type of stuff. Because what Rich is explaining is essentially with raids, and even if I'm not mistaken, some of the more high-end heroic dungeons and stuff like that back in the day, essentially as you were doing the dungeon and certain bosses, if it was taking you too long, it would start putting a timer down, and as the timer would increase, the damage you would take would increase too. So as a healer, like, you know, you're starting off where it's really casual and stuff like that, and then by the middle, it's like just like, you know, all cooldowns all the time. It was crazy. Yeah, see, that's the other part too. Like, I didn't like, for the most part, it was an interesting mechanic to the dungeons and stuff like that. I didn't really mind it for the most part. It was just, you know, at times when you just kind of want to get through a dungeon or stuff or something, and realistically, you're like, you know, seconds away, and it's just that one
Everything
tick
is
point away,
negotiable.
right?
Your patronage is always appreciated.
But no, World of Warcraft this time around, I don't know.
Until our next
I feel it's a lot less
transaction.
tedious now. I mean, I'm sure that they're trying to cater to a wider market now that they're starting to lose a little bit of the market, but it feels a lot less tedious than it used to. Well, see, that's the other part too, Rich, which is really nice. They put in a lot of in-game um, like standards and stuff like that now, where essentially like worrying about like gear isn't really a concern anymore because essentially there's certain breakpoints built into the game where you can't even join a dungeon now. Even in the looking for random, which is like the, you know, the quick play section, without being at a certain gear level. So for an example, like if you click on here, it will actually tell you, I believe, what the requirements are. Like, one second, specific dungeon. Like, see how it actually tells you? Uh, like, right now, I'm at the required actual level to go into Miss of Tierna Scythe, but you need an item level of 115, and I'm only an item level of 104. And I mean, I've done dungeons. I've got blue items. So even on a character that's been leveling, who's the proper level, um, I still can't get into that dungeon, even being the proper level. So they've done kind of a pinpoint break system in the game now and an item level in the game, right? Which is really convenient because back in the day when we used to be talking about it and stuff like that, there were a lot of like third-party programs you had to use to essentially get your gear skill or your item level breakdowns and everything. And even I can even remember back in the day where you actually had to essentially use chat to do that. There was no third-party programs to essentially just hover over someone's paper doll and see what their item level was, right? And nothing like in the game now where you literally see on your paper doll what your item level is. Like it's one of the biggest attribute points going. Like it's bigger than intelligence, stamina, armor, everything, right? So I mean, they're really trying to make it easier for people to do content now, right? I guess. The other part too is though you can't. The rub on that is you can't carry people through it the way you used to be able to in a lot of cases, right? Like for an example, I could go through, say, the level 56 dungeon that it's not allowing me to go through right now with, say, an overgeared tank and an overgeared DPS, and they'd carry me through as the healer, right? But now they don't really let you do that. You have to be the proper item level to even join up. It's not bad. Like I said, in some cases, you know, it has its downsides because, like I said, if you had a decent like guild or something that was willing to pull you through dungeons, it was a nice feature to actually be able to essentially, you know, get pulled through content, right, and be able to level up a little bit quicker that way. But it is good to see that, you know, there isn't people that are just joining up, you know, just because it becomes available and they can, right? You have to at least, you know, earn your keep, I suppose. Let's see if we can. It's one thing, I'm finding the quests in here like really, a lot of them are really weird. Oh, I guess that would have been one of the echoes. Okay, the one back there. Oh, thank you so much for the follow Adam K Gladiator. And as always, of course, take a healing potion with you, right? Oh, actually, I almost forgot. We've been handing out the RGB potions too, right? Take an RGB potion with you. Throughout all of this, we want to make sure that you stay lag free, and that's what the RGB does. A lot of people don't realize what the RGB is for in computer systems. It's to stay lag free, right? Thank you so much for the follow, though. Hopefully you enjoy the journey. Oh, thank you so much. No, you're amazing. I just do this for you folks at home, right? I'm just trying to keep people entertained at home, mate. Too many people are sitting at home bored, stuff like that. I'm just trying to keep people entertained, have a good time, right? Trying to keep people healed up. We got our healing potions here, which I mean are awesome. Oh, what do we got? Oh, blue healing potion. Okay, so just for point of reference, this is actually the mixed energy drink, which is like a G Fuel kind of like supplement. Like instead of using G Fuel, I don't know. I really like the mixed stuff. The mixed stuff has been really good. And just for point of reference, for anyone watching from Canada too, and ever considering buying like a powdered energy drink instead of like Monsters or Red Bull or anything, try try getting into mix just because of the fact that it saves you a lot of money in shipping costs when having to deal with G Fuel. That was my biggest thing. G Fuel is really good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sponsored or anything by either of these companies, by the way. But G Fuel's really expensive when it comes to the shipping cost to Canada. What do I have to do here? Deliver summons to the Lost Baroness. Power the Ruin of Might? How do I slay this dude? What am I doing here, folks? This mission doesn't make any sense. What am I doing in this quest? So one thing about the quests in this expansion, Rich, I've noticed that a lot of the expansion quests for Shadowlands are really weird. The last couple of expansions have had very hand-holdy quests, and the quests in this are very strange, I find, a lot of the times. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Oh, okay. Well, at least kill these guys. At least that's something to do here. And that's one thing I used to like better back in the day was, essentially I found that there used to be a wider range of quest lines you could choose from, whereas I'm finding with this it's very linear. Essentially you get a storyline, you're following the storyline, and you complete quests along the storyline. Yeah, the quests in this are very weird in a lot of cases. Like I've had it in a lot of cases because essentially over the years they have made it a lot easier to do quests, giving you kind of pinpoint icons where to go and everything like that. But with this expansion, like for an example, like I've been to that icon 2 or 3 times, I've clicked on what you're supposed to click on, and there seems to be no interaction with the stone. I don't have anything in my bag that interacts with the stone, because usually, again, it would give you a little, like a hotkey right up here to just click on. Nothing. What's going on, folks? What's going on? Maybe it's a bugged quest line. Ooh, a bug. We found a bug in the system. Set out the alarms, eh? Oh, these guys are annoyingly tough. This stream is sponsored by G Fuel. Enter code HEALS666 for a 10% discount at checkout. That's so good, Avis. That was so good. Heals666 too. The devil! Ah! Oh, David Putty. Yeah, so okay. So look here. Okay, so it shows me going into the cave here. It shows me that I need to go into the cave. It shows that there is a ruined stone of rituals here. Alright. Oh, wait. Overgrown spores. Do I interact with those in some way, shape, or form? Need to be closer to interact. Text is carved into the statue's base. Fate is determined by those who seize it. Supplicants must kneel in tribute. Oh, do I gotta kneel? Do I actually literally have to kneel? No way! No way! Really? No way! It actually makes you emote a kneel? Really? I have never seen that in a quest line before. To actually continue the quest line there, it actually required us to emote something. Wow. Blizzard, you know what? That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Like, trying to build in some role-playing into the game, right? Because normally here I am just whipping through quests, right? Like, I don't even read the text half the time, if you notice. I'm just like, okay, oh, this is highlighted on my, you know, my UI now. Get to it. So I guess maybe what they're trying to do is they're trying to pull back a little bit of the classic WoW into the new WoW with those systems. Because that's kind of like a classic WoW thing, right? Not giving you the actual, like, description to say, like, you know, kneel in front of this rock, you know, slash kneel. But that's actually really cool. That was neat. And I'm super, super hyped for my new mic coming too. For anyone watching, I've got, like right now I was having some difficulties with mic, so I'm using my boom mic, but I do have a new, like, actual mic coming this weekend, so I'm super, super hyped about that. And one thing too, actually, I want to throw out some stars too while everyone's here. So what you can do with the stars, everyone, is you can exclamation jump for the stars, and what that will actually do is it will get you like it'll earn you potions for my stream store when I can open it. There you go, Avis. Yeah, I'm totally down for that. I'll get you to write all my ads for me, Avis. All my G Fuel ads. You know what though? Like I said, like, and this is total honesty. The only reason, in my opinion, that you would really, and I hope this doesn't come off sounding like horrible or anything towards the company, but the only reason you go with G Fuel is the flavor options. Um, their flavor options are so like you can just think of a flavor and G Fuel probably has the flavor for it. They have a lot of different flavors. Whereas a lot of other companies, they're only offering like maybe like I think Gamer Subs is probably the next highest one. I want to say they offer probably around 10 or 12 different flavor, maybe not quite that many. Um, but yeah, flavor selection because they mix really chalky. They really do. Anyone that says G Fuel doesn't mix chalky is kidding themselves. I've gotten in this discussion with a couple different people before. With virtue, we overcome our foes. The worthy must bleed for Maldraxxus. So how slash bleed, I guess. All right, slash bleed. So there we go. Now we're starting to get it now. Okay. We're starting to do a little bit of our old school role-playing days from UO. Shout out to any UO buddies out there. If you're in the know, you know. UO. Anyone playing World of Warcraft, thank UO for creating the MMO, genre essentially. It's like the great-grandfather of MMOs, because everyone's like, well, what about EverQuest? EverQuest was born by UO. EverQuest is the baby of UO. Wait, so you're telling me this is the product of baby? I mean, I've never tried it because it's so expensive, but I've never gotten the hype with those drinks. It's kind of one of those, like, for me, it's essentially, it's a it really does come down to a taste thing for me. I've always been a juice and pop fan. Um, I mean, a lot of people are big caffeine drinkers and stuff like that. I've never been a big coffee or tea drinker. I prefer like energy drinks. So for years I was drinking like Red Bulls, Monsters, like anything like that, right? Rock Stars, all of those things. And I was just finding that like over time, like they're like talk about expensive. Those are expensive. A lot of people see the cost of like a tub of G Fuel and stuff like that, like 35 American, and in your mind, like, granted, don't get me wrong, that is expensive for a drink, but that also makes like what? Like I think if I'm not mistaken, that makes what 40 plus drinks. So essentially, like if you do like the cost breakdown or anything like that, like it's astronomically cheaper than say buying like a bunch of canned Red Bulls or a bunch of canned Rock Stars or Monsters. So my thing is it's the lesser of two evils, right? It was like the same thing when I got when I switched from like smoking cigars to vaping like years upon years ago. It was kind of one of those like, hey, it's the lesser of two evils, right? Smoking cigars got so expensive, and it's really bad for you. Whereas I felt like vaping was probably, well, it is way less expensive, and it's healthier than smoking. It's not healthy, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people. It's not healthy, but I think it is healthier than smoking. So again, lesser of two evils, right? If I'm gonna make these bad decisions, I might as well make the best bad decision I can make, right? Oh, see that's my girlfriend, right? Like, and that's why opposites attract, right? Like, she will pack away like, like a case of water in a day. Like, she'll drink nothing but water all day. For me, water is kind of one of those things in a lot of cases where, like, if I'm thirsty, I'll chug water. Like, I'll just get it in me. But I'm not the type to really like sit, and I'll admit it. Quite honestly, I'm not the type to just sit there throughout a day and like drink water. Um, but if I'm thirsty and I need water, like my body's like, oh, I'm thirsty. I'm just gonna chug a glass of water. Whereas I know some people like they virtually will not drink water. And yeah, a buck per drink. But the other part too is like I was saying, like if you break it down, um, that's the same content as say a. So if you make one like shaker cup, right? So this is like a serving of G Fuel here, right? If you make one of these shaker cups full of like a powdered energy drink, um, it's like you said, like you can get it lower too because, for an example, like mixed is I want to say $35 Canadian, and it does like 60 plus servings. So again, you can get the serving count per energy drink even lower depending on what company you go with. Like G Fuel, like I was saying, is one of the most expensive ones. Um, but compare that to $3.99 per can of Monster. That's right, Avis, you heard me. $3.99 per can. It's astronomically cheaper, right? And that's one of the points I brought up the other day. Like, I think it's so funny when, people are, freaking out about gas prices, and, this and that, and they really don't think about, like, the breakdown of their daily costs, right? Like, it literally costs you more in Canada to go out and buy a cup of coffee than it does to buy the same amount of gas. Because gas right now is what? Gas right now you can buy for roughly a buck per liter, like $1 per liter, for gas, and you go to Tim Hortons coffee and you would spend roughly $2 for roughly 500 milliliters of coffee, right? Like it's insane. No, you didn't miss a stream today, bud. Didn't miss a stream today. I made sure I stayed on a little bit later just so that you could come in and have some fun in the stream, bud. Monster. You know what though? Monster's one of those things where I find like you've got to find your flavor, right? Because again, like it's just like anything else, right? Like to each their own with each flavor. Like I found I really really liked there was the Pacific Punch, which almost is pretty much like a carbonated fruit punch, almost like I don't have any here right now, but the Tahiti Treat that I was able to find in Canada again. And then also too they have it's almost like it's I think it's called Swiss chocolate, and it's almost like a cold hot chocolate. And I know that sounds horrible, but for me it was awesome. It was so good. And those were like my two go-to monster. Other than that, you're right. Like the regular monster, like the non-flavored ones, original, whew, tastes like turpentine half the times. Oh, the only one you can stomach. See, if I'm not mistaken, I think the white one is the sugar-free, and that's the really nice thing about all the like the gamer sups is all of them are sugar-free because the idea behind it is you don't get the crash like you would like Monster. You get this huge super high, and then as soon as you're dropping down, you just crash coming off of them, right? Yeah, see, most people don't like the sound of a chocolate flavored drink. Like Cal, do you like the sound of a chocolate flavored drink? Because you don't like hot chocolate either, do you? You're one of those weird ones that doesn't like hot chocolate, do you, Cal Ray? I always find that weird, not liking hot chocolate. Oh man, who wouldn't like hot chocolate? What is there not to like about liquid chocolate? It's like it's like George from Seinfeld, right?
You seem like the man that would drink it up. Drink it up by the gallon if you could. I am that type of guy. I'd be Augustus Gloop in the chocolate river just... But it's so good! The chocolate is so good! I love it! Chocolate! Give me more! See now he's starting to like hot chocolate now. Okay. Cal Ray's starting to like hot chocolate. That makes sense. Cuz again, who wouldn't like hot chocolate, right? All right. So what do we have to do in this one? Respect is won through the trial of might. We salute those who rise above the masses. Uh-oh, this is a tricky one. We respect slash rise slash what would we do? Oh, maybe we have to levitate? No, because I'm assuming it's something that every class would have to do in this case, right? So what's an emote that... Oh! Slash salute? Oh, okay. Squid, right, Avis? Squid. We salute those. Oh. Oh, okay, so maybe I should sit in front of this totem. Okay. Alright, we'll sit here for a little bit. We'll think of what we have to do. Oh, boy. 100% fun 100% of the time, right? So, by the way, Adam, are you a big WoW like gamer yourself? Oh, cool. Okay. Speedrun PS1 games. Do you run them on an actual like legit PS1 or do you emulate them? Cuz that would be pretty legit if you were running them on a real PS1 hard like an actual like hardware system. I used to love my Sega Dreamcast. I was a huge Dreamcast guy myself. I thought that was like for the time, the Dreamcast was like that system was so beyond cool. How you had the save packs that were actually little game cartridges themselves, almost like a little Game Boy. So you could take out the save pack from the controller, because yeah, in those days you had save packs. You take out the save pack from your controller, and then it was a little tiny game system itself. That some games would even have like a little mini game built into the save pack that you could play alongside the full-fledged A title. Such a cool system. Oh, mom's waiting it on the TV? Oh, okay. Yeah, do you have any like go-to games that you play as well? I use EP SXE. Unfortunately, I have sold my PS1. Yeah, no doubt, eh? That's the reality of things though, right? Like, but at the same time too, like it cleans up it essentially cleans up your home theater area, right? Because that was my point. I was getting a lot of the retro systems and stuff like that and everything. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like if you've got the room for them, they look super cool and everything sitting on your shelves. But I mean, my house is beyond tiny. So I had to kind of lower a lot of those things down, and the emulators work awesome, right? So why not use them? And even actually, it's funny because that's actually what I use my this is my Bluetooth controller, like the old school NES, like Bluetooth controller here. That's what I use that for. Is all my emulators when I go inside and stuff like that. So that's really funny. Oh, the Dreamcast was so ahead of its time, Avis. Like, even the way, like, I found, okay, so back in the day, like, I used to be a really big Tony Hawk Pro Skater fan, right? Because, truth be told, I was horrible at skateboarding. That's why I got into, like, mountain biking, BMX biking, and everything, which I'm okay at. But long story short, I was horrible at skateboarding. Loved the idea of it, though. So I played a lot of Tony Hawk, and I found, and I know this is going to sound weird, but I found Tony Hawk on that system was like the perfect speed in terms of like software to hardware ratios and stuff like that.
Every other system was either too slow or too fast. I played it on N64 a couple of times, and it felt chunky. I played it on, I think it was, I want to say a PlayStation 2 at the time, and it was like, it was too fluid feeling. Like, it almost felt unrealistic. Whereas Dreamcast, it felt, the flow, the physics, it all just felt right to like kind of how you would feel with skateboarding. The timing felt real. I know that sounds really stupid, but it mattered at that time, right? I play with my bro on PS4. There's games like WWE. The old school WWE games are the best. I bought what was it? The WWE 2K18 for my Nintendo Switch. I got a great deal on it. But I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of the gameplay. Maybe it's that I just haven't given it enough time, but I don't like the way it plays out. Whereas the old school WWE games, like especially when you join like like the Royal Rumbles, man, so much fun. So much fun. Oh, GTA is so much fun too online. That was one of those games where my friends and I all bought it when like when it first came out. Um, and then as soon as like Rockstar started having like server issues on, and we're going back to like the Xbox 360 at this time, right? As soon as Rockstar started having like server issues and stuff like that, they started giving away like literally millions of dollars to everyone that was playing like for free, and it, in my opinion, it just ruined the game because like I had worked so hard to save up and buy a tank, which at that time was like the pinnacle of the game. And then all of a sudden, like within like a couple of like, I'm talking like 1 or 2 weeks of me having the tank, all of a sudden everyone was flying around in, what is it, like the I want to say it's the Buzzard, or like it's essentially like the Black Hawk, like missile launching helicopter, right? And it's like, okay, here I am working my butt off for the first couple of weeks of this game to buy a tank, and then everyone in the game has a helicopter. Like, I don't know, it kind of ruined it for me. Mom said she spilled pop on my Dreamcast? Really? I don't remember that. If she did, hey, good on her for hiding it for this long. So just for point of reference for anyone watching, Cal Ray is actually my nephew. So he apparently just told me that his mom told him that my sister told him that apparently she spilled pop on my Dreamcast back in the day, which again, I've never known that. So this is a that's funny. So speaking of Dreamcast, gee, that was a fun system while it lasted, eh? Gee, I always wondered why it just mysteriously stopped working and was never able to replace it over the years. Oh, that's funny. And the secret has been revealed after probably what? I think we're going on probably almost. I guess we'd be pulling up close on 20 years now. I think I can let bygones be bygones at this point. Yeah, WWE in general was way better back in the day. Well, even it was funny too. That was actually, that's a really funny segment, actually, Adam, for a movie. Actually, my girlfriend and I watched a really interesting documentary this weekend. It was about. Did anyone know that? Oh no, what's his name now? Courtney Cox's husband for a while. Is it David Arquette? Is it David Arquette? Did anyone know that David Arquette was a professional wrestler for a while? Adam, you probably, it sounds like you would probably maybe know this. But yeah, did anyone realize that David Arquette was a professional wrestler and actually held the WWE Heavyweight Championship belt for a while? Like, I found that really weird. My girlfriend and I were essentially watching the documentary, and the whole documentary is about his his like his fanism for wrestling, and how essentially he actually had like a breakdown and everything regarding wrestling. Really super interesting documentary because I didn't know anything about that. He was in that one movie. What was it called? Is it Ready to Rumble? Kind of like the really spoofy, campy like wrestling movie about like wrestling fanism. But I always just took it as like a regular role. But apparently that was like him. Like that was almost a role written for him, which again is really interesting. Like, go out and watch the movie. I have to admit, offhand, I don't remember what it's called. 1 second, actually. I'm gonna, like I always say, anyone that's stopping in for gameplay, I apologize. I'm here to entertain people and have some fun. Gameplay is secondary. Um, but here, let's look this up really quick because this is gonna bug me really quick. We'll switch over to window panel here for a second. Um, Okay, David Arquette. What is the new documentary? Um, I think it was called like something like "Where did David Arquette?" or oh, okay. You can't kill David Arquette. Yeah, you can't kill David Arquette. And like okay, so just for point of reference too, like probably Cal Ray shouldn't watch this one because it gets pretty graphic at some points. It gets to the point where essentially throughout time he kind of gets pulled apart for essentially being David Arquette and joining wrestling, and a lot of like the true like backyard wrestling fans and stuff get very annoyed at him. And without giving too much away, it kind of spirals into that and everything. But super interesting documentary. I was really blown away by it. And apparently that's actually one of the like, and I hope this isn't giving too much away. That's actually one of the reasons why Courtney Cox actually left him was because of his obsession with WWE wrestling. At the time, he was actually essentially giving up his Hollywood career to focus on wrestling, WWE, everything like that, right? It was really interesting. I think so. Slash flex, maybe? I think that's an emote here. So what we're doing here, viewers, is we actually have to do emotes to actually pull up the quest line here, which I think is really interesting. I haven't had to do this in World of Warcraft for a really long time, where I was in like questing mode here, just flying through the quest, and all of a sudden this quest came up, and I couldn't figure out like how to progress in it. And then I figured out, like, by clicking on the stones, it's almost like a little riddle it gives you. And by reading the riddle, you actually have to figure out what emote to use near the stone to actually get these little bosses to pop up. Really interesting quest line. I really enjoy stuff like that, and like these, like they're supposed to be role-playing games, right? It's pretty loosely termed nowadays, because like I was saying, most people just fly through the content to get to max level, to gear up, to play through the dungeons and raids, right? I mean, the actual like storyline and everything is third, if anything, at best. Oh, change the window back. Thank you. Like I say, gameplay secondary here, Avis. All mistakes were meant to be, right, Avis? I do everything on purpose on this channel. Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't think you'd be too interested in a documentary about David Arquette, bud. But it is really neat. It is really interesting. You're like, Mom would probably really like that one. So what are we learning in school today, bud? What are we learning in school today? The ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My girlfriend's little guy loves it when I do that song, by the way. I jazz it right up when I go inside. I don't know. You guys would have to do some pretty hard convincing to get me to sing it the same way that I sing it for him inside. Oh, Ready to Rumble. Okay, so the old school one is Ready to Rumble. So like the campy movie that David Arquette was in is Ready to Rumble. Oh, I'm excited for today. So I threw down some more water on the rink last night. I have an outdoor rink at my place, and it did finally get cold enough last night to actually freeze up. So I've got to go out after I'm done here and go shovel off the rink to make sure that the snow doesn't insulate the new water too much. So I want it to freeze up nice and hard for this weekend in case anyone wants to skate. Which, like I was saying, I love it. I love it, Cal Ray. Thank you, Panda Gaming. So, as Panda Gaming or Cal Ray has been joking, there's a $5 cover fee to come over and use the ice surface because, let's be honest, supply and demand is going to be pretty heavy for skating rinks this winter. No, I'm totally joking. For anyone in my area that needs a place to get out, and can't get out to the parks and stuff like that because they're starting to close them down, let me know. We can do some sort of socially distanced, skating in the backyard. My backyard is more than big enough to be able to accommodate for that. But pop by, let me know when you're going to stop by. If you're bringing kids or whatever, we'll try and do something to help out because I know this winter is going to be really hard for people getting out of their houses. So again, if you're in my area, let me know, hit me up on Facebook or whatever, and we can try and get you over for a skate to get the kids out of the house, right? Burn off some energy, let them have some fun on the ice. There's also a little bit of like a toboggan hill in the back that I've iced up really good, with a little bit of, like, you go down the toboggan hill, up a bank, and then come back again towards the beginning. So that's pretty fun too. So, bring the kids on by and let them have some fun and let them burn off some energy, right? Because I know there's probably a lot of parents at home right now throughout all this, like, cooped up and stuff like that and everything. So, and this is actually a good time to address that because everyone's on recess right now, Cal Ray. See it? Apparently Cal Ray says he's gonna pay me $5 to sing the song. I just missed that message. Sorry, bud. All right, so let's. I'm gonna have to. Now I'm gonna have to do it pretty much, right? I don't. Now maybe I've oversold it, right? Oh man, I need my new mic here though. I can't do singing without a new mic, right? I make it sound like it's gonna be like this incredible song or something like that. I just make it all stupid and goofy and stuff like that, right? He always anticipates the 11:12. That's what he's always waiting for, is my 11:12. Oh man. And by the way, like, you guys have been so awesome today. Everyone, thank you for the views. Like I always say, like, that's what I'm here for, right? I mean, I could be playing games, off stream and everything for myself and everything like that. I'm here to entertain some people, to cheer some people up throughout the day, to pick some people up, right? Which, by the way, like, I don't get a lot of time to game on the side, but by all means, if anyone wants to hit me up on Xbox, Nintendo Switch is probably the one I get to play the least because my girlfriend's little guy's always on the system. But if you ever want to hit me up on Nintendo or anything, hit me up on Discord, and by all means, you can always, try and play a game with me off stream. I will be totally honest, with trying to hang out with the family, I spread myself pretty thin, so I don't get a lot of time off stream to game. This kind of is my time to game, but by all means, add me to the different systems, and if I'm on and happen to be able to play, I'd love to play with anyone. I'm always looking for people to game with, right? See, Colton knows. I try and game with him as much as I can, but I get so little time nowadays. I'm spread way too thin. That's the thing, right? Like, as soon as I go off stream, half the times I'm kind of analyzing the stream, seeing if the feeds were okay, seeing if the audio was okay and everything like that. In a lot of cases, I try and do some quick research for future streams, and then usually it's followed up by me heading inside, hanging out with the family for a bit, and then going out, you know, maybe working in the yard for a little bit with some floods, working on the little sledding hill and stuff. So I like to keep myself busy throughout all of this. The best way to keep your mind busy, right? You live outside, you won't live inside. Oh, okay, good. The audio is good? Okay. And honestly, the audio is only going to get better here, folks. As I was saying, just recently I was having some mic issues and stuff like that. So I've been having to use the boom mic, which luckily enough in my case is actually a really decent sounding boom mic. I'm really lucky because in a lot of cases, I've had them myself. The boom mics are horrible on some headsets. But I do actually have a new mic literally in the mail right now. I got the notification from Amazon because I had some Amazon gift cards. Thank you, family, for those Amazon gift cards, by the way. But I had some Amazon gift cards I was able to use up. So a new mic is on the way, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's got a elite blue LED in it. I'm so excited. No, it's pretty cool. I'm really excited too because essentially on the mic, right now I don't have the ability to be able to monitor the audio like live. So as I'm streaming, I don't know what you guys are essentially listening to. So the new mic actually has like an audio out like monitoring feed. So essentially I can be monitoring what you guys are listening to in real time, which I think is really important because in a lot of cases I'm always worried about too, like, is my gameplay audio too much, things like that, right? So it'd be nice to be able to monitor that stuff in real time. Oh, and the nice thing about this new mic too is it has gain and monitoring feedback volume knobs right on the mic, and it also has a mute button right on the mic too. So I can mute on the fly, which is really nice, because right now I have to do it with like a hotkey, so that'll be pretty cool. For all you techie nerds out there, right? Which again, by the way, I do like a Monday night tech talk every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. EST. So by all means, if you want to tune in for that, I believe if I'm not mistaken, my upcoming content, I'm hoping, I might. So Avis, just for heads up, because I really want it to be like good content, I think I might push off the adaptive controllers till maybe next week. Do a fill tech talk this week so I can really concentrate on the content for one of the future things I want to cover is adaptive controllers, alternative controllers, being able to use different controllers on different consoles and systems, essentially the availability and the universality of controllers with different systems and stuff. And I want that to be a really good content segment. So I'll probably push that off because I do actually have a pretty busy weekend this weekend to plan all the content. So I'll probably push that off maybe for a week because I know that Avis was really looking forward to this one. But I want it to be good. I don't want to just kind of fly through it and stuff like that. So if the mic doesn't crack, then it's good. No, you're right. And that's what was really bugging me with the other setup too. And I realized too, it's a cord issue, right? It's essentially just not getting a good pairing with the mic, unfortunately. So like, because as I was saying, like I can kind of like get it to sit properly, but if I don't get it to sit properly, it doesn't work. Because as you've seen, Avis, it was flawless there for a while. And then I had, you know, Frank the Ghost. By the way, we've decided with another viewer, I decided that the ghost in my shed, because I'm streaming from my stream shed here, the ghost in my stream shed is going to be named Frank, which, if you know me, is really super appropriately named because Donnie Darko was my favorite movie for the longest time. Look it up if you don't know what it is. And Donnie Darko and Frank is one of the main characters in the movie, so Frank is a very appropriately named entity for this stream shed. Because yes, and just to go into that further for any new viewers or anything like that, I'm in a stream shed. This is technically a converted fish hut. So I'm in Canada. Hey Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's -5 degrees Celsius. Today,
That's
expect a high of -5 degrees. I hope you have a good morning.
that blinding light there is the outdoors. So it is currently actually snowing right now. So just so you can actually see with the door closed. Snowball. And as everyone always likes to ask, yes, it's super warm in here. It's really super warm in here. It's fully heated and everything like that. The one thing is though, I do always like to follow up. I don't water cool my PC. My PC is only air cooled. I mean, I don't really need to worry about water cooling in a shed that's out in Canadian winter. But no, in all seriousness, I was worried about just in case I lose power or anything out to the shed or lose heat. I didn't want the water cooling setup to freeze, like the radiators and everything to freeze, and then lose my entire computer setup. So I did go air cooled throughout here, which I think is a pretty fair thing. I don't want to risk my computer setup just to be air cooled or to be liquid cooled, to have it look a little bit cooler, right? It looks awesome. I didn't. I hope no one minds, but I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because, man, I did such a good job on this build. I haven't built a computer in so many years. There were so many new things I needed to reteach myself again. But, oh, it went flawlessly. Cable management, everything flawless. I worked on I always work on computers, but building a computer from the ground up, like each individual component, oh, it went flawlessly. Yeah, that heater is too hot at times. No, you're totally right, bud. It's like a sauna in here at times. I need to put some little hot rocks in the corner or something like that. Oh, all the best today, Calray. And of course, take the healing potion with you, right, bud? Everyone take the healing potion with you today, right? Make sure everyone stays healed up throughout the day. I'll admit, I probably won't be on for too much longer anyways. I should go in and probably hang out with the family anyways. But I'll be on for a couple more minutes. We're going to keep the stream going probably until just after 10:30 here today. And then we're going to hang out with the family for a little bit. And maybe we'll try and throw down maybe an afternoon or a night stream tonight, maybe. Maybe, baby. Oh, no worries. No, that's the thing. I figure, like, with this time slot, everyone kind of works in around this time slot. So it's a perfect time slot, I find. So in a lot of cases, you know, I always try and follow up with a raid fellow community member from either SAS, the SAS community, the Super Cubby community, both two really super great communities. You know what? I'm going to take a quick minute to kind of throw some shoutouts here and stuff like that to the SAS community because they are amazing. Super helpful community. Super Cubby community as well. He's a fellow streamer as well. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna try doing this again. But a little shout out to Super Cubby because this guy is like super awesome. Just such a nice guy. Like he's just such an entertaining nice guy. Hey Calray, all the best, bud. See you a little bit later, bud. But yeah, if you guys think I'm entertaining and stuff like that, like go check out Super Cubby. This guy is such a super entertaining streamer. Like again, it's more about the entertainment than the game content per se, right? But go check him out. Shout out to Super Cubby. Shout out to Zoombot, great streamer. I couldn't get Zoombots to work, so I'm thinking I'm spelling his name wrong somehow. So I'm going to have to figure that out. And then shout out to the SAS community. Shout out... Did I do... Yeah, like shout out to Bull Sass again. Like there's just so many great streamers out there, folks. That if you're looking to be entertained, you're looking to be healed up throughout the day mentally. I mean, go check out some fellow streamers, right? Show some love around and everything like that is the main thing, right? There's so much fun to be had. There's so much entertainment to be had, and you know. Show some appreciation to those content creators because I know firsthand it's not easy. essentially like what a content creator is essentially trying to do is imagine like watching like your favorite show, and then imagine that show being, you know, edited, produced, directed, acted by, written by, all the parts, all those post roll credits are Healzonu, Super Cubby, Bull Sass, you know, the Scottish Aussie, you know, like Fabinator. All of those post roll credits are single streamers' names generally. Very few people run with a multiple person team. So what these streamers are doing to keep people entertained, throughout all of this lockdown and everything is awesome. Yeah, I mean it's nothing compared to like what the teachers are doing or what nurses are doing. Or don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people by any means. But I mean, you know, like show some love to a fellow streamer. You know, we're here to keep you entertained and everything like that. So you know that's the main thing, right? Is picking everyone up throughout all this and keeping people happy. Because that's my goal. Keeping people healed up, right? Speaking of which. Oh, gonna have a little healing potion. Oh, a little green healing potion there. Gotta stay healed up myself. But no, show some love around the community, right? Spread some love. You know, a share, a follow is as easy as one click away, right? For, you know, a fellow streamer, for a fellow content creator. And let's be honest, it stems out further than that. Even just going on like Facebook and stuff like that. Like, if you've seen like a fellow friend or even someone you passed once and is on your Facebook page, and like they've taken the time to write out like something themselves originally or something, take the 2 seconds literally it's going to take to click a like button or something and let them know that you appreciate the 15-20 minutes of hard work they put into that blurb or something, or the blog post they created or whatever, right? Because there is some great content out there by some great creators. And that's the great thing about the internet nowadays. I mean, cable TV, in a lot of cases, you really don't need it. There's so much alternative media that is amazing. It's awesome. You know, streaming is going to be the way of the future, essentially, too, in my opinion, in a lot of cases, because you're starting to see it starting to branch out from just game streaming too, right? Live streaming houses,
May I tempt you
you know,
with my
cooking
wares?
streams, virtually anything you can find nowadays. People are, any hobby that's done is being live streamed now. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, if I get the name right, Big Bearded Weirdo. And again, I'm always horrible on the spelling, but another like shout out to another great streamer who actually, can I? Oh, see, it's Big Bearded. Okay, so you guys need to search it because I'm not going to get the spelling right on this one, and I apologize for this. I almost need to start writing these things down. But Big Bearded Weirdo, I was watching him the other day because he does live stream of painting like Warhammer miniatures. Super super cool. I used to do that for a little while as a means for like just supplementing income and stuff like that, buying up cheap armies, painting them, and then like reselling them out to people, almost like commissioned work. But super super cool streamer. Again, there's so many good streamers out there to check out nowadays. Um, you know, the list goes on and stuff like that. But on that note, what we're going to do is we're going to actually end our stream. And as always, like thank you so much everyone for viewing and everything like that. I mean, it's incredible to be here for everyone, viewing and everything like that. I really hope that in the future everyone, you know, drops back in, and can join me again on this awesome adventure, because I think the community we're creating here is really super amazing. There's some really great people in the community so far, and it's only going to continue to get better too, right? Avis, have an awesome day. Adam K Gladiator again. Thank you for the follows. By the way, if Adam is still here, like, can we give actually a shout out to um, Adam here? Shout out at Adam. Yeah, perfect. Because do you stream, Adam? Like, are you part of the SAS community as well? And you're a streamer as well? because certainly give Adam some love. He was saying that he likes to speed run some PS1 games and stuff like that and everything. So check him out. Hey, but I mean, even if in the future you want to stream or anything like that, at least maybe some people will be there for when you want to stream, bud. You know, it can be a good time. But we'll show some sass love. We'll raid out here. Who is open and available right now? Oh, I didn't mean to open that. We'll get rid of all this stuff here. But again, thank you everyone for the views. Thank you everyone for the follows, for the likes, and just while we've got the light off here, we're going to bring out the RGB potion for everyone because, as I've explained, the RGB is to keep the lag monsters away, right everyone? And there's nothing worse than throughout all of this getting lag. So RGB aplenty, right everyone? Keep the RGB flowing, keep the RGB bright. All right. So we're going to close down WoW here. We're going to throw down a raid here to a fellow streamer. Much love to all my fellow streamers out there. We're going to throw out some sass love here. We got here for people online here. What have we got for people online here? All right, who's streaming here? Oh, Loki Lady's streaming right at the top. I have to admit, I try to scroll down a little bit just in case. Oh, you know what? Oh, I was going to say, I think... Oh, it's... Okay, so it's Big Bad Weirdo. I think it's Big Bad Weirdo, just for heads up, everyone, for what I was saying there. Yeah, Loki Lady. Okay, so we'll throw it up top there. I have to admit, I try to scroll down to the white area every once in a while just to throw some love around and spread out the love. Because in a lot of cases, too, people don't have their Twitch linked to Discord. So even what I'll do, too, is a lot of the times, like, I'll literally just go up and down and click on all the names kind of thing to make sure I'm not missing anyone, too, right? But we got Loki Lady right at the top. So let's throw down some Loki love, shall we? Oh, Jack Mad plays? Oh, Jack Mad plays. You know what? Maybe we'll throw down some Jack Mad plays love. Where's Jack Mad plays here? Where's Jack Mad plays? I don't see that. I don't see that name there. Yeah, is that part of the SAS community, Adam? I don't see that Jack Mad plays on my list. All right, 1 second. Let me see here. We'll do a raid. Oh, no, I didn't mean to. No, I did not mean to run an ad. Sorry, folks. Is that actually running? That is the stupidest. I'm not even Twitch affiliated. Why would they even give me the panel to run an ad? I'm so sorry, folks. That's so ridiculous. I'm seriously not even Twitch affiliated, so I don't know why they even give me this button. Oh, he's bronze. Okay, 1 second here. Yeah, seriously, I'm not seeing this person on my list, bud. Like, where... 1 second, here. Like, I hope it's okay to bring this up on stream, but yeah, I don't have that Jack Mads person. Am I missing something? I feel like an idiot now. That's really weird. General chat. Yeah, that's really weird. Why is he not showing up on my list of... That's weird, no? He literally doesn't show up on my list here. Alright, well, in either case, we'll throw down the raid here. I feel bad now, because I've kind of, like, like burnt everyone out here on this raid here. All right, we're gonna raid out here. I feel bad. Jack Mad Place. Oh. All right. And as I was saying earlier, take a healing potion with you for the day, folks. Stay healed up throughout the day, throughout the weekend, just in case I don't see you again. All the best, everyone. Much love as always, and we will be back later. Have a good one, everyone. Much love. Peace out.